What's happening, people? Welcome back to Out of the Loop. Thank you very much for joining me once again. So I'm just going to cover the drums from the last video, which was actually a request from a subscriber who reached out to me. So yeah, happily I'll show you my drums. I'm not going to hold any secrets from you guys. So yeah, let's dive into Ableton. Just make sure everything's on. So yeah, the drums in this track, I think they're like probably some of the best drums I've done, just in the way that they gel together really well. And I'll probably then repeat this kind of process each time, but just change the sounds around, or maybe not. We'll see. So the way that these drums work, so we can start from the top, like the things that I do with the kick. So we've got standard kick, just like standard 4 to the 4. And then as the track, to be fair, as the track progresses, so it will stay on this like 4/4, and I do these little gaps to introduce something new, which is something I do like through a lot of the track. And then here it stays the same with this 4/4. Subtle. There was a track that I did before, and I had this kind of style, this double kick, but I had this too loud, and somebody told me in the Discord, and I was like, oh yeah, and then I listened to it, I was like, oh shit, yeah, he's right. So then I turned it down, and it sounded a lot better. So yeah, making sure that you don't have two dominant kicks when you do this. So I've got this dominant kick, and then this little one here is just kind of like it's almost like a tom effect, just something to add into the groove. So yeah, then that stays throughout the groove. It's like subtly there, it's not really too much, but it makes the groove feel a bit faster, I think. So yeah, nothing more to show on the kick there. That kind of just stays the same all the way through. This hat is just a hat loop from the Bamboma pack, and it's like this. And all I've done with it is I've just shortened it a little bit with the transients. So you switch this to transients, and then you put this arrow here, so then this will then shorten how long it goes on for. With this at 100%, which is what it will default be set at, it will sound like this. Just getting rid of that, just to make it tighter. And the reason why I've done that is, well, yeah, it helps with the groove, so you got everything just clean. But also, I'll have this shaker here, and it will kind of clash with the shaker. I don't need any more like fizz. Sorry. So this open hat's, yeah, nothing much more to show. Just the processing is just like tidying with the EQ. This compressor is kind of shaping the sound a little bit. I think it was a little bit sharp, so I had quite a quick attack, and that opens it up a bit more. To be fair, that's not too bad. Might have been a bit too harsh. But yeah, so this is knocking that initial transient. So say if you look at it like this bit here that's really quite loud is then being knocked down, and then the rest of it, like this part, is coming up a bit because of the makeup. That's what that's essentially doing. So I'm bringing up quite a lot of the rest of the hat. I think maybe these two EQs might look a bit different. Yeah, you can see the difference. It's like a more full sound, and less sharp in one area. And then this is just getting rid of any like really painful parts in the hat, and that's it. This support hat is just it comes in later on just to make the groove seem a bit more alive. It's kind of like a dirty underlaying hat loop. I can play it on its own. It's actually like quite nasty, but it's almost like an over distorted sound. And then in the groove, it works really well. It's really turned down quite a lot. Well, all the hats are, but yeah, it's like the most quiet hat. The shaker is just a standard shaker pattern, so it's like the 16, is it in 16s? Yeah, 16 bars. And then I've just put like one velocity high, one velocity low, one velocity high, one low. And that gives it like that shaker pattern. And then here I've just done it a little bit different, just at the end of the segment or bar, and you can play around with this. You could maybe go like, yeah, that's probably better. Yeah, and that's just kind of like, it's almost adding a little like nice rhythm to the shaker. In fact, I just need to copy that over, quite like that. There. There. Yeah. Okay, so moving on. The shaker, yeah, I'll show you the processing. So let's close this stuff. So I've just shortened it a bit. I didn't really want all of this. And then I'm using a bit of the vocoder just to shape the sound a little bit, to add a bit of noise. And then a bit of compression, so the same as before, where it's a bit sharper, it's being knocked down, and then it's filling out the sound with the makeup. And then auto filter, I just use this, I think I use it once, like here, to bring the shaker in. So it's not so just like stiff. I think actually I've probably gone a bit too low, so you can't hear it. Like, you should be able to hear it like here. And I've done it with volume automation as well. So yeah, this is kind of like what I do like for my drums. I like to bring them in not so predictably. Can you even hear that? Yeah. Yeah, so just some volume automation, some EQ, tidying it up, I think. Close all this down. Yeah, just tidying, like getting rid of the painful frequencies, and then sidechained it to the kick and the clap. And this is just because it's constantly running. And so what you could do instead is just take that away and take that away. And then you would have, it would be moving out of the way, but then you don't really get any of the sound. So it's quite nice to have a hat that's like complementing the kick and the clap at the same time. So the kick will land here, and then you'll get like a little bit of the shaker. It's probably like really, really subtle. You probably won't even hear the difference. And then I'm also side chaining it, so it's kind of moving it out the way. But there's still a little remnants of the hat there, but you could definitely just get rid of it if you wanted, and it will still sound good. I'll try and show you. What am I doing? Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's got like a nice groove. But I think for me, I like the constant. It's kind of like filling the sound a bit more, but you can do that to taste however you want, and that definitely adds like a groove. But there's already like a groove in the track, and I'll show you like what I mean with that. So yeah, these are important. So we have this drum fill rack, which is just made up of sounds that I really like, just from like random packs and my own sounds and whatnot. I don't actually use these free. Oh, doesn't matter. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so I've got a massive reverb on here, just taming it a little bit as always. And then what makes this good is because then I use the same rack but with no reverb on, and I use it as like the main perks. So then they all work together. Yeah, so they're all like gelling together now, right? Oh, phone's ringing. Sorry, mate. In fact, I'll just message my friend, just tell him I'm recording. I don't want to start the video again, so 1 second. Okay, so yeah, so I'll show you this little groove, right? And this is what's kind of making the groove. So the pattern that the dominant pattern is these two. Alright, and you can hear that piano is doing the same pattern. So as the drums come in, you get that draws your attention. And then like the piano does a little of its own melody, just to like make it sound more interesting. And then the vocal do the same thing. So let me show you. So I don't do it all the time so it doesn't get boring. And then I do a little fill at the end with the vocal. So everything is working with each other. The piano is doing that same melody, and then the lead's doing its own thing on top. But obviously it works together. They work with each other. I think you can hear this lead right now. I'm bringing it in slowly. So yeah, they're all like doing that stab. So it's just like in the same groove with each other. And then the other thing is I make the lead do a fill as well. So that a lot of the things are all doing like a fill. So like they do like a thing at the end of the bar. So the drum fill obviously. And then the vocals doing it. And that's just like one vocal, one tone. And then I chopped it. So this originally was like on another channel, and I put it at 7 semitones down, so it's playing the fifth, so it still sounds in key, but it's just like a deeper voice. Right, and then the melody does the same thing. So they're all like working with each other, right? They're all complementing each other. And then the kick moves out of the way to let that fill happen, because it's a really nice part of the segment. And then you use it on the drop. And then you'll notice I take the kick away. Like I did here, look. Helps you slam back into the groove. And I try and do these little gaps with the kick quite often, because there's no harm in it. You definitely you get enough of the kick throughout the track. And do it with the low end as well. If you take out the bass when you take out the kick, it's more impactful. something like this, right? If you wanted it to be, sorry, let me just isolate this. Control E. You could do like a, not 4 bars, 8 bars. Do a double kick, or even 3 kicks. That sounded a bit weird. That sounds sick. So, and you definitely do that like at the start of a drop, which would add a lot of impact. But you obviously have a lot of things sidechain into this kick, so you got to expect everything's gonna dip in volume. For me, I just want it to be so you just straight back into that. But yeah, doing these little things in arrangement with the drums after you've got all the tracks laid out, you can then do it afterwards if you want, or get in the habit of doing it during your creation side. It's good. Then you're already like creating a groove, you're creating an idea for your lead to bounce off. It just becomes a lot easier if you just make a habit of trying to do these little things while you're creating your arrangement or creating your loops. Yeah. So, say like, I'm just going to try and find the right time to do it. So say I've got this, I copied this loop thing, right? This kick, double kick. And what you can do, this is some craziness. So yeah, that's on its own. So you can start this bass after that kick fill. Something like that. Let me just get the right. Yeah, I think it's gonna work. Yeah, something like that. You're just making the groove more interesting. I think I might do it even later. Let's have this in. It's a little bit too jumpy. Maybe if I did this. That definitely works with some tracks. I think I just have too many like fills and whatnot. It's better to just keep it rolling with the bass. What's going on there? What the fuck? I think some of the notes are not. Let me control U. What? The bass is not playing for some reason. Yeah, that's kind of it. That's all the little things I can show you with the drums, the little fills. It definitely helps doing it with the shaker as well. If you take out a gap with the shaker. That's just keeping you interested. So you've got this drop here and there's quite a lot of time with this grooves going. And what I'm doing is constantly bringing things in and out. So I have this ARP piano that was going crazy with its distortion here. It's like getting more and more distorted, and it just cuts down. And then as that cuts down, the new element comes in, like this piano comes in, and then the lead becomes a bit more lively. You hear the lead's quite quiet now. Before it was the piano. The lead's there, but then the piano becomes very louder, louder. And then the lead back in. Just making it more interesting, and then it's getting more and more lively. Back up into like a higher lead. It's just the octave higher. Yeah, so it's not just everything staying the same all the way through. There's things coming in and coming out and whatnot. Yes, that will cover everything. Just make sure everything's all good. Yeah, if you guys want to see like how I did the bass, how I did the lead, how I did the other stuff, let me know in the comments, and I will show you. I think maybe I'm showing too much of my stuff, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, if you guys think of any labels that you think this track would suit, then put them in the comments. Maybe labels I might not have heard of. I tend to just be going for like Anjunadeep and like Silk and Colorize and things like that. But yeah, if there's any other labels you guys know of that decent labels, and let me know, and I will send this track to them once it's done. I think it is done. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. Please make sure that you check the links down below and join the Discord, so you don't miss out on the live stream next Sunday giving feedback on your tracks. If there's not enough people in it, then I won't do it. So yeah, make sure you join the Discord so you get more information. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much, guys. Catch you next time.